More Met. More casual Met. Last time we had just hour 15. I thought it would take a bit longer than that, but hey.
The in-game timer, there's a bunch of things it doesn't count as time, so it is shorter than the real time that you spend playing.
Alright.
Stuff like elevators.
Probably pause screen.
It is, in fact, a fair measure of how much actual moving around and control that you've done.
Gotta get my Met legs back.
Maybe even like little things that add up, like when it pauses to be like, "Hey, you got a thing. You saving your game?"
Alright, I have gravity suit now. I don't need to care about winter. One thing I should probably do before I go to Final Zone, after I beat Norfair, is I should make a quick run through Brinstar. Probably like while going back up to Statue.
Yeah, there's a bunch of reasonably accessible things that
Yeah,
give you some numbers up.
mainly, I've only picked up 2 super missile tanks. And you should definitely have way more by
A
now.
little light.
I forget how you deal with this door.
I think the gray one is connected to the boss. Just those are areas that open up after you're done on the way back.
Yeah, there's a couple of those. And that's how you get to the plasma beam.
I always found Meridia kind of annoying and forgettable to play, but on my last run through, I kind of appreciated something interesting about how it's laid out. As far as like communicating stuff to the player without needing to stop and speak at them about things.
Such as...
Well, for one, the fact that you like very briefly cut through the corner of it way back, and then in the natural order enter from the opposite corner, means right away you know how big this place is. And it is like really huge. Got a larger footprint than any of the other zones.
It's definitely one of the biggest zones. It's easily the one that I can never map in my head. Alright. See if I can do the thing. I got in.
Nice. And then also on top of that, they start you off in that far corner, but then very quickly through that tube, drop you back down to the lower level. Like they only put you up there to kind of like just let you know how big this place is, and then you work your way back up.
Sometimes I'm really good at executing wall jumps, and then other times it just doesn't click.
Yeah, the timing for it is really weird, and recovering after you fail is really weird, and sometimes doesn't work.
Alright, finally, fucking... Fuck off. Here's this column that you have to wall jump all the way up. Then we're just gonna put something up here, just you know... Just to be rude.
Well, really, you're probably supposed to look at that and think, I need a stronger up.
Ah, right. Better up. That's right, this is the weird room. With this guy.
Yeah.
Diggerbot.
Good friend.
This is your only purpose in life. You like just sit and think for a moment, like, who put this thing in this room? How long has it been here?
Circling around, I'm the thing that breaks sand. There I go.
What was all this for? I don't even remember. Oh boy.
For the journey.
Oh, right. That's where this is. The one big optional item that nobody gets.
Mm-hmm.
The jump ball.
Spring orb.
Orb up. Alright, that's enough side path. We're in Woodertown to kill a boss. Does this go down? Nope. This has a bottom. I'm not really a fan of the sand physics.
Yeah, this sand is terrible.
Clingy sand.
Non-Newtonian sand.
There we go. Alright. Never again. Time to move on. Oh, I'm sorry. There's another one. I can't remember, but I feel like there's a little effect like the falling sand actually weighs you down too. Yeah, and there's your map of Meridia. It's, as Lynn said, it's probably the biggest zone in the game. Maybe tied with Norfair if you count lower Norfair.
And yeah, you can see there that where you found that one gray door, that's the way back out of the lab where the boss is.
Yeah. Ah, nice. This is gonna loop back around, which lets me show off the one dumb thing. Or cool, I guess. So yeah, if you somehow do some clever wall jumps, you can get into that room, but you can't get out. And then there was the blasted pipe, and you come here, and you're like, oh, this pipe's fine. How do I make this blasted? And I messed up and didn't actually show it off properly, but that pipe has a weird, like, programming thing to it where you lay the bomb and it detonates and everything, but the pipe doesn't actually explode until you take an action. So the bomb will explode and you can just stand there, and then the second Samus tries to, like, turn, the pipe explodes.
So begins the tradition of power bombing open tubes.
That does happen a lot in the series from here on out, doesn't it? Samus, destroyer of infrastructure. And there was a bit of a break between videos, so I don't remember how much I have mentioned about previous stuff. I know I've talked about really stupid upgrades. And this is the... most people just call it the Meridian Missile Pack. So you have this room right here. And you have to go and, like, mash. Yeah, it's fucking hard. I'm not gonna actually do it because it is for a missile pack. But pretty much you do that, you come through here, and you shine spark, I think, from this piece of grass. You go all the way up, if you do it right. Actually, seeing now how far up this goes, that would be a bad idea because it'll lose way too much health. Yeah, and then right there.
Yeah, one of the few really tricky movement puzzles that they put into Super.
Well, I think it's that missile pack, yeah. I'm not getting the speed booster blocks showing up, but I'm fairly sure it's
They're there. The X-rated.
Alright, I don't have the X-ray though. Probably won't get the X-ray since it's just the thing that you get to find hidden secrets. That was a nice thing that they put in the game. And still, even with that, there are some really rude hidden stuff. Like that, right there. They do give you hints for some things, which is nice. Yeah, I don't remember how you get in that. I think you might have to actually freeze that enemy as it's coming out.
You'd be able to just lower yourself down with the orb.
Oh right, I forgot, I have jump orb. Yep, I can just jump over into it. Meridia is the zone of, like, less about well, how do I say that? There's a good bit of exploration, but they also, like, hey, have you,
It's pretty directed.
have you figured out all your weird movement abilities yet? Do you understand wall jumping? Do you understand...
Where you must employ the tricks.
Yeah, grapple beam and crap like that. What the fuck is the purpose of this room? Ah, there you go. Again, just like walls that you wouldn't pass through if you didn't have the X-ray scope or some crap. Oh, this is a... Alright, I don't want to go here. This is a shortcut back to Brinstar. I'll have to remember that. Though I do want to go to Norfair after this, so I don't actually want to go that way.
And I think the world map does actually fit together in this one, between all the zones.
Yeah, pretty well. I mean, like, the only one that isn't super interconnected is Haunted Ship, but that's because it's only connected to 2 zones, even on the world map. But, yeah. Go into that, and there's a way to zoom out of the world map. Whatever. You always see it when you start up the game, but, yeah, like Meridia connects to Brinstar multiple ways, Criteria links to Brinstar multiple ways, Brinstar links to Norfair, so on and so forth.
And I mean, like, actually, spatially, they do. If you laid all the maps on top of each other where they connect, no overlaps.
Oh. Yeah, I can see that as well. That'd be an interesting thing to see. I think just another, like, I think the whole gimmick there is like the whole, it's sand thing, but Meridia has way too many enemies that like just come out of the ground. Nice though. Got us some good upgrades on stuff because we were behind. Was this whole room up here optional? I legit forget the layout of Meridia.
Your goal was to get into the thing the tube went through.
Right. Oh, okay. No, that's just a missile tank. Oh, yeah, there you go. There's your hint. Just gotta observe your surroundings.
understand what it means to look closely.
Yeah, Meridia does have a lot of dead ends in it. Ah. As a kid, I always thought these things were supposed to be like they were doing experiments on Metroids and they made these things. Since they kind of behave...
That's the idea.
Yeah, they behave like Metroids.
It is in the manual.
Oh, really? Okay. There you go.
These are attempted clones that did not work out.
Almost died to the mini-boss. That mini-boss isn't too rough, just, you know. Uh-oh. Don't want to fall way back. But I want that tank. You're supposed to progress to that room by doing like a cool speed booster dash over the sand, but I got the item.
Speed of orb.
More hell sand rooms. You're supposed to be able to like hold the walls there and
Yeah, and then you can jump off of gripping the wall.
it wasn't working for me.
It's weird.
Yeah, I find it, as somebody who's dicked around with it enough, I find it just easier to do a wall jump. Like so. Oh. He says as he ridiculously fucks up the wall jump. Now, in the vein of probably one of the nicest things to do before a boss in this whole game, you go through that whole zone, you probably like drained a bit of stuff. Yep, there you go. Just here's a free health refill right here. And you get to this room, and it's like, huh, how do you get through this? Oh, bombing doesn't do anything. Oh, these are fake. Oh, what the? I think your indication that these are fake spikes is most spikes move? Kind of doing that little, like, dance and moving thing. Now, this is, a very interesting boss. So there's these cannons on the side of the room, and if you destroy them, they shatter, and they're shooting out electricity. And then here's Dragor. Now it has this gimmick of like grabbing you and slowing you down in order to grab you easier. And you could fight it normally, or you let it grab you. And you latch onto one of those things. And then for the price of a heart tank and a half, you kill it. That may be one of my favorite weird things in this game. Somebody built a boss, put AI routines in for it, and they put in a way for you to kill it without having to fight it.
Gave you a puzzle.
It's not even like a super hard boss if you have like a decent amount of health tanks and everything. It's not terribly hard to kill. It's just here's this weird way. And then as a reward you get the space jump and you never have to do a wall jump again.
Oh, the space jump in this. It's also weird.
Yeah, it's you have to hit it at certain points of the jump. There's a rhythm to it.
And if you miss your window, you like don't get a chance to unbork it.
Yeah, you have to be very much good at doing the jump. As a kid, I was not.
Jump can just kind of become dead.
There's one last thing for us to do in Meridia. And then we're done here. We never return to Hell Water Zone. Yeah, and if you shoot while doing jump, you stop. And then that's it. If you get hit while doing it, like, yeah, there's just a lot that is weird about the space jump in this game. You got the space jump in AM2R, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I think that might be one of my favorite moments of the game.
Yeah, they made it handled wonderfully.
And not even just the handling, it's just like, you get it, and then here's this boss. And then...
Yeah, they give you a fight that really lets you appreciate how much air mobility you have now.
Yeah, it's like, here's a boss fight where you actually just have to constantly be using it. Which is not something a Metroid has ever done. It's never made your space jump a utility during a boss to that extent. I have to remember how to get to the room in question. I think it's the room below me.
Are you going for beams or?
Yeah, the beam.
Beam is up.
Beam is up. Okay, yes, I see it now. 'Cause I think I know where it goes. Yeah, right. Okay. No, now I remember. It's way up. It's the highest point. It's the one that you actually need the space jump to get to. To an extent, you could probably get there with like some weird bomb jump, but then it's a blocker door, so.
Yeah, you have to fight the boss anyway.
And they give you this. They're like, alright, you like your new little gadget of space jump. Well, here's probably one of the most annoying rooms to use it in. There's a bunch of space pirates in here that you can't hurt. And you get the plasma beam, which its property is its beam that pierces. And you instantly destroy them. Which I think is record time for enemy introduced that is a threat, then immediately is not a threat. Ah, I missed one somewhere. There he is. So now that's all we need in Meridia. It is time to mosey on down to Norfair.
Yep.
What is the fastest way to get there from here? Ah, I gotta go through the tube.
Yeah, you could drop through the tube reasonably.
And obviously, it's just it's a really minor note, but equipping the plasma does deactivate the spazer because they kind of serve the same purpose. They are a damage increase that makes our beam wider. The nice thing is now we can just destroy these things that we couldn't even touch before.
Yeah, you can with some bugs. You can manage to equip both beams at the same time, and the game does not like this.
Odd things will occur when you do that. I forget if it's like different mattering on the room you use it in or something like that.
Maybe because that is where you're getting into the territory of like trying to read and write information from the wrong places.
Right. But first, a quick video cut.